Hey, what's up everybody? Legend. I'm in the car in the passenger seat. We are driving the Parkway here in PIgeon Forge, which is the strip, home to every single attraction. It's pretty much on the strip here. Starting off, the first big attraction you get to is on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, it's down here in a valley, so you don't really get a great view of it, but that is the NASCAR SpeedPark. A bunch of go-karts, kind of a pay-one price place, and it is also home to a couple of flat rides and a kids roller coaster, so if you are a theme park and roller coaster credit card whore, be sure to hit up the NASCAR SpeedPark, because you could get your NASCAR, if you're a NASCAR fan, you want some go-karts. But the first of many go-karts we're going to see here on the Parkway here in PIgeon Forge. Something's new here. What's new? What's new? It's Kids Spoke go-karts. All right. They also have some crazy looking mini golf. Again, it's a big theme that we'll show during this video. And they have a Dragon's Quest mini golf. So over here you can see like a giant volcano, as well as a dragon popping out of a castle over there. Maybe. Moving along, sometimes you do get to some parts of the strip that are just like normal stuff, like a Joe's Crab Shack or a Red Lobster. Really kind of nothing exciting there. But there's a lot of fun stuff. You know, you've got a lot of hotels that do have, you know, exorbitant pools and a lot of competition. There's a treetops course over here and a great advertisement with a bunch of mannequins on top of a tower and some horses. That's neat. Anyway, over here on the left is the Tanger Outlets, which is I am not a shopping person, as PIgeon Forge doesn't really come across as a shopping town, but if you are, there's one for you over there. And this road does get backed up from time to time. You know, sometimes you'll come through and you'll just drive right through. Sometimes it'll be completely bumper to bumper. But it's one of those roads that you love driving. Every time you come to PIgeon Forge, chances are there's going to be something new on this road, something fun to see, tons of billboards, lots of crazy and wild architecture and wacky attractions and things like that. Now, I love roads like this. Molly over here does not, because she gets distracted or fears that other people are going to get distracted and cause car accidents, and that is what we don't want. But me, I love stuff like this because it's just so exciting. Here's a lady crossing the road. And moving on, we're going to show you everything as we go from there. And then you eventually, PIgeon Forge just ends at the Smoky Mountains National Park. And that's sort of, it dead ends right there. And then you drive through the national park and you get to Gatlinburg on the other side. But so far, that's really the first major attraction you hit is that NASCAR SpeedPark. And you sort of ease your way into it. Soon, we're going to be, every single thing is going to be crazy wild gift shops and dinner theaters and all sorts of stuff. All right, enough stalling for time. Let's go. See some stuff? Not very interesting. Beer-filled in Sweets by Marriott? Nope, not very interesting. Longhorn Steakhouse? Delicious, yes. But not very interesting for videos. All right, the Apple Bar is actually a kind of a famous restaurant here in PIgeon Forge. One that gets very good on like travel, TripAdvisor and Travelocity and Yelp reviews. And that is going to be over that way. And here we go. We got Big Daddy's Pizzeria with a big smoking sign. That's neat. All right, you can see also it's kind of neat driving around here because we are from Orlando, Florida, so we don't get mountains. And here you get mountains. Lots and lots and lots of mountains. So off in the distance, mountains. And the Titanic. And mountains. Alrighty. And tons of gift shops too. Tons of gift shops, tons of billboards, lots of different stuff. You can see signs over here for, let's see, we got a Top Jump trampoline park. We'll be heading that way. That's actually new and really cool looking. Dixie Stampede is one of the big dinner shows here. 4 shows. It's crazy to me that the dinner theater has 4 different shows going on in a day. Let's go. Things really start to get good up here. That first part, not the most interesting, but once you hit right about here, you get to some really interesting, this is where all the fun really starts off. I know a lot of the fans out there are coaster people, so I wanted to show you where the NASCAR SpeedPark was, but here we go with some of the more wild stuff. Up first is the Smoky Mountain Opry, which is, you know, your different theaters and shows that go on there. Followed by, any tourist town has to have a Hard Rock Cafe. And then we got the Wonderworks, the upside down White House, which is, you've seen it in a lot of tourist towns. We have one right down the block from us in Orlando. And it's fun. It's like an indoor science museum. kind of place. Really good place if you have kids to go and blow an hour or two, and it's a good time, especially if it's raining. We did this dinner show before, the Hatfields and McCoy's Dinner Theater. Lots of fun. You know, I like the dinner theaters. I think they're a good part. Again, you get that wacky giant architecture, and that Hatfield and McCoy's, good time. Speaking of wild architecture, how about the Titanic? Obviously a museum type experience dedicated to the Titanic, and shaped like a giant ship, complete with iceberg and fountain.
I don't think that's a fountain, that's a hole.
Well, I mean, there's a fountain to give a wave-like appearance there. Over there, you got some out-of-business theaters, so we really don't need to concentrate on those because they're closed anyway. Got something called the Billy Goat Tavern. There's a big goat theme here in Tennessee. Oh, we got a winery. Not something I'm really a big fan of is wineries, but a lot of people are. I prefer the various moonshine tastings and all sorts of stuff, whiskey tastings you see all over town here. And again, some big hotels. A lot of hotels promise like balconies or river views and different things like that. And again, like if you're on the top floor there, you get some really, really cool views of the mountains, especially if you're looking in the other direction. Again, there's that winery over there. Not a very busy day at the winery. Alrighty. Well, Universal Orlando, our home, is not the only place that has King Kong, as he's also here at the Hollywood Wax Museum. And this is actually a really interesting kind of complex over here. They have a wax museum, which is where King Kong is right there. They also have this crazy looking Mount Rushmore of old Hollywood. Again, I love the giant architecture and that kind of stuff, but that's not the only thing. The Wax Museum is in this building, but then in that building over there, they have like a 4D ride, I think in a haunted house, and I think maybe even a house of mirrors, things like that. But again, the architecture is so cool. Like, I love that. It's really, really neat. That's the kind of thing where that, you know, you do one attraction, it'll be like $20, but if you do 4, it'll be $30. So everyone tries to get, you know, they try and really, really sell you on the 4 different things. Again, as we're stopped at the light, I'll take another peek at some of that wacky architecture with the giant faces. And there's people waiting to go in. That's how good of a zoom I have. You know, actually, we've eaten at this buffet before. I think the last time we were here, we ate at this buffet. It was okay. I probably would not recommend eating there. It was, you know, typical like low quality Golden Corral-esque buffet, and not so hot. You know, unless you really, really want to do a buffet, yeah, probably skip on that wood grill fire one. And again, a lot of hotels. There's actually a lot of hotels that are also like not branded hotels either. Like a lot of hotels that are just mom and pops or independently operated. And to get this one, just call 1-800-THE-MOUNTAINS. That's a phone number. I don't think many people go to the World of Wireless to get their cell phones. That seems kind of sketch. Alrighty, what is this wacky blue building over here? This is the Grand Majestic Dinner Theater, which is home to the Hazard County Hoedown Show, a dinner show themed to, I guess, the Dukes of Hazzard. There's a dinner theater I will probably not be attending, the Biblical Times Dinner Theater. That's something. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Oh, we're coming up towards the Santa area. This hotel looks really, really neat. This is a Santa village-y themed hotel, and that's across the street from the Incredible Christmas Place, which is a Christmas village type thing over here. Very pretty, quaint little village type environment. Again, as a fan of giant, wacky architecture, how about Magi Quest? Love it. This is the interactive game you play with wands. You go in there and combination of a fun house and arcade and all sorts of good stuff. Magi Quest, good if you have kids that, you know, are into wizards and that kind of stuff. And that's Magi Quest. I believe there's different things in there too. Like they have a mini golf as well as a laser maze and a couple other things. Best value in town according to their screen. 4 great attractions, 1 low price. World's largest mirror maze. This town has a fascination with mirror mazes that I don't get. There has to be like 15 different mirror mazes in this town. All right, Harpoon Terry Crab House. That place looks massive. Look at that thing. Alrighty. We got some cool stuff over here. We got a mini golf. We've got a sky coaster. We've got Firehouse Golf over here. We've got the Tomb, which I think is like an like a family escape room type adventure thing in the shape of a pyramid. Again, lots of cool stuff. Love all the different wacky mini golf and go-kart places they have. There are quite a few of those. Alrighty, and we've reached yet another stoplight. Again, lots of go-karts. It's a big theme. And a lot of them have wackier stuff too, like multi-level go-karts that go up 2 or 3 stories. This one we just passed, it had a sky coaster type thing. That was one of the big arms, as well as they had a bungee jump too, and they also had a bunch of kids rides back over there. As you can see a little bit as I shoot over Molly, there's a giant pumpkin. And again, you get the idea. Kids rides, you know, a small Ferris wheel, a small swinging ship, that kind of thing. And the go-karts. Multi-level go-kart tracks are super fun. Obviously that gives you, oh, look at the double down. That looks really fun. Look at that.
Yeah.
Again, there's no shortage of go-kart tracks in this town. As we're getting ready to go again. And this is a difficult video to do because there's a lot of things to see, and it's very difficult to try and get them all on camera. And they're on both sides of the road, and it's a 3-lane road on each side, so it's good thing is that most things are jumbo size. Oh, look, a little train. Yeah, little train. All right, green light means go. Forward to our next PIgeon Forge adventure. See, over here on the left, this is something we wanted to do. We stopped by earlier today, and today's shows were sold out. And that is the Lumberjack Adventure Dinner Theater. And the show looked really, really neat. But unfortunately, it was all sold out. And behind the Lumberjack Adventure, there is the giant Ferris wheel. That is where you can find the island at PIgeon Forge, which is home to Margaritaville, a really nice shopping and dining area. Lots of good stuff over there at the island. Great place to spend an evening. All right, we got a classic here, the Comedy Barn, another nighttime show type environment. We've got more go-kart tracks with, look at this thing coming out of the go-kart track. Up, and here's the winner, one of my favorite things in all of PIgeon Forge, the Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride. Guys, if you wanted to see a Jurassic Park style ride done on the budget of a local carnival, and it's weird and it's cheesy, but it's super fun, check that out. All right, over here is actually a pretty neat gift shop. This guy here, actually they have live bears. Like if you want to pay a couple bucks, you go to the back of the store and they have live bears. And then we got more cool stuff here. Again, you've got a bungee jump. You've got a skyscraper style ride. Lots of kids rides over there. Again, it just does not stop. Right after that one, there's a hotel, and then boom, another giant. This was a big ride. Wow, $5 for that go-kart track. That might be the best value in town. $5 for that. That's a big ass looking go-kart track. That's a good deal. See, that sign got my attention. So does Crazy and Wacky Mini Golf. Like this one here. There's a plane and a boat and a giant waterfall. And I think that's one of the ones you get to take like a little train up to the top. Mad Dog's Ice Cream. And that's another thing I do when I go on trips like this. I really try to not eat at any chain restaurants. Instead, I want to eat at, you know, local places or even tourist traps. But I would not want to go eat at like a McDonald's or things like that. The go-kart race number 82, Extreme Racing, actually does not look very extreme. Also, another thing this town has a fascination with is old-timey photos. I am shocked that there's enough people that want old-timey photos to keep all these different old-timey photo places in business. I've never really had the desire to get an old-timey photo, but here in PIgeon Forge in Gatlinburg, it's the epicenter of old-timey photos.
I did it once, and it was here.
There we go. Molly did it once. She supported the trend. All right, CC's Pizza Buffet, of course. Also, Pancake House is another thing that this town has about a million zillion of. Ah, Cheddar's, good local food there. That's an inside joke for some of my in the loop buddies, but it is good food. That Cheddar's is good stuff. Alrighty, here's a man not using a crosswalk, and fantasy golf. Fantasy golf looks cool. You've got a giant volcano. You've got a big sea serpent type thing, and just for Drew the Intern, they have a fun slide and a big arcade. They used to have a little kids roller coaster. They also have a slingshot there. That's a cool looking place. Fancy looking arcade, and just more. The mini golf that never stops on this road, really. Not the mini golf, the go-karts. Like if you're following this video at home, how many go-kart places are we at? Because it has to be at least 5 to 10. There's a lot.
Live alligators.
Live alligators over at this one.
Right before the live sharks.
Yep, and then we got, so we've had alligators and bears, and this one over here features live sharks. Again, you need that gimmick to get you in the store, and you know, just that crazy, wild and crazy architecture doesn't always work. More old-timey photos. At McDonald's. Look at the sign for Corky's. This isn't really that interesting, but it's a pig wearing a hat.
Corky's is good.
Corky's is good. There we go. We got a Corky's review.
Good fried green tomatoes.
Fried green tomatoes. That sounds like something they would serve here in PIgeon Forge. All right, and this is the turn off for Dollywood. I know if you're watching this video and you're a big fan of coming here, you're probably taking the trip to Dollywood, and this is where you turn off for Dollywood. Of course, that's the star attraction here at PIgeon Forge. Great amusement park. Now, look at this water slide with an orca going through a hoop. And this is new here. This is Top Jump, and this is really, really cool. They've got a whole bunch of climbing walls and a giant arcade and trampolines and stuff. That is a new location, and it's really neat. Over here we have the Dixie Stampede, another Dolly Parton dinner show type thing. One I haven't done. Molly, have you done that one before?
Yes, like 10 years ago.
10 years ago? Good, bad?
It was okay. Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it.
That or the Hatfields and McCoys, because you've seen them both.
Hatfield and McCoys.
There we go. But that's the one I want to try. I haven't done that one yet. Next time we come, I want to do the Lumberjack one. There's a store theme to that is not probably marketed as an Avengers store, but there it is. All right, we are almost at the end of the strip here in the Parkway. Guys, if you have any questions about the trip to PIgeon Forge or anything like that, let me know. But of course, we got one last go-kart track before we end up. Also is the Dome, which is a new kind of experience here, and that's right on the border. And they've got some sort of zip line things and stuff like that. That's brand new. Anyway, we're about to hit the national park, which means it's the end of this video. And thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know. I know I love doing this drive. I hope that it came across to you guys. If you got any questions, hit me up, and we'll see you on the next one.